Hello guys, welcome to Ferdinand tutorials. Now you just finished writing your JAMB examination. The next thing you should start preparing for is how to write your post-UTME exam or your post-JAMB exams. Now there are a series of things that you should know before you start writing the exams. Now even though you've not written your JAMB exam, it is not also a guarantee for you not to watch this video. I want you to watch this video and then get the information and then store it based on when you use it. Now the first thing you should do is you try as much as possible to assess your JAMB results. Now you've written and then you've scored say 200, 250 or even to 70. Now there are things that made you to score that or have that particular score. It might be because of a particular course that you didn't do well or another which you did well. So it is on you to try as much as possible to assess the result. Look at those courses. Remember, for you to write any JAMB exam, there must be what we call 4 subject combination. Now you have those that you did well and those you didn't do. Now you look at that particular course where the score was a bit low and then you give it your time, assess it very well and then look at where the problem is. Maybe you need to devote more time to study, maybe you need an external tutor, someone that will guide you to be better at that course. Now it is at this particular point that you assess those results and then try as much as possible to be better, at the point where you didn't do well. And once you are better, you can be able to, write your post-JAMB exam. Another thing is you try as much as possible to gather your exam materials. Now gathering your exam materials includes trying as much as possible to look at the textbooks that have been listed out for you to read, the past questions that have been outlined for you to study, the online materials, offline materials, everything that is needed for your success in this upcoming exam. You try as much as possible to gather them without any excuses. And then you try as much as possible to create a realistic study plan. Now creating a realistic study plan simply means trying to follow or trying to do something that is real, that is attainable. It is feasible for you to say, okay, I want to study for 12 hours a day or 24 hours a day. Now until the action starts. Do you understand? Easier said than put it into action. So you try as much as possible to be realistic with yourself. Now look at how long you have in a day. What is the free time that you can be able to sacrifice? Maybe 2 hours, maybe 3 hours. Now try to bring out that time and then be consistent with it. Now don't just start reading for 3 hours. You try as much as possible to use the technique that I've always talked about, Pomodoro. And Pomodoro, you take in 25 minutes for reading and then take 5 minutes out for break. 25 minutes in and 5 minutes out. Now you do this and then you try as much as possible to see that even while reading, you find it fun, you have time for your break and done. Now you try as much as possible to also practice your past questions. Now remember, in the second point, I said that you should gather your exam materials. Now the exam materials include your past question, right? Now gathering those past questions, you have to practice them, you have to study them, you have to look at, okay, what are the questions that have been asked before? Is there a chance that they repeat question? Is there a chance that this particular topic is being repeated? Now you try as much as possible to give your energy to that. But if there is no question that is being repeated, you know that you have to also do what? Study and then be more, authentic in the topics that you see, that has been asked in those past questions. Now you try as much as possible to take care of your body and mind. Now taking care of your body and mind simply means trying to rest, trying to sleep, right? Now it's not just about reading, study. No, you have to try as much as possible to rest. Mind you, eat better food, right? Eat better food because when you eat better food, it has a way of affecting your hypothalamus in terms of your reasoning, of your understanding. So take care of your body too, and then prepare for exam day. Now preparing for exam day simply means you wake up early. You go and check for the venue. Maybe in a particular school that you'll be writing your post-JAMB exam, maybe in a particular community, you go there earlier, survey the ground, look at the environment, look at the instruction that has been given to you, and then, you try as much as possible to do what is expected of you. Not, 5 minutes to the exam, you start looking for venue, and then start getting confused. Now that will affect your whole balance for the whole exam day. Now I also want to tell you that, this is not just about, you trying to stock up yourself with activities and action. No, the main thing is for you to prepare smartly. It's not just hard, you have to prepare smartly. Look at these points that I've given, try as much as possible to adhere to them, and then you see yourself doing exceptionally amazing in your upcoming exam. Thank you for watching this video. I will see you again in the next one.